Bitcoin is now trading in its next major consolidation phase, and on today's update video, I want to discuss the direction where I think Bitcoin is heading towards next year. Because looking at these consolidation phases, looking at what kind of a structure we're right now creating on the bigger perspective, I think we clearly know right now where Bitcoin is going to be moving towards next year. I am going to exactly discuss it on today's update video. I'm going to discuss my orders I've set up. I will be discuss the way on how you could be copy trading my trades on WeX right now here. And so much more will be getting discussed on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in today's update video. So first of all, I quickly want to discuss the news, and is that yesterday Donald Trump officially announced that the US is right now at trade war with China. And of course, this is of course something very interesting. And if potentially Donald Trump is going to impose any more crazier tariffs, we do know what kind of an effect that is going to be having on Bitcoin. So yes, right now the market is right now a little bit more uncertain. And one message from Donald Trump could either pump the market very heavily towards the upside or potentially crash it all the way down here. So that is of course something that makes the market right now a little bit uncertain. But purely looking at the charts right now here, what I am currently seeing on the market is of course a new consolidation phase on Bitcoin after we hit these unprecedented highs of about 126,000 US dollars. We obviously had this major dump towards the downside. I personally am expecting we're going to be filling up this wick and even going to go a little bit lower here. But basically what we're seeing after this major correction is a new consolidation pattern, a symmetrical triangle with of course these highs right here and of course the lows right here. And basically what we're seeing is that Bitcoin is compressing, and whenever we're going to be seeing a clear breakout either above the range high or below the range low here, it is going to confirm the direction where it is going to be continuing towards. So that is the basic opinion I have right now on the 1 hour time frame. And on the 4 hourly time frame, you just can clearly see it. We're creating an average or slight downward sloping resistance line. And whenever this resistance line is going to get broken, we're probably going to be pushing back up towards the highs again here. But of course, this level on the lower side, this 110,000 US dollar level, is a level I am personally taking very, very seriously right now here. And whenever we're going to be seeing, obviously, the break below this level, it is going to be confirming a bigger correction is going to be coming. So that is, of course, something I will be looking at. Also, we have this upward sloping support line on the daily time frame, a level to be watching. Of course, if we break it, we're going to be screwed. But as long as we're holding on towards it, it is going to be looking just fine here. And also yesterday, I shared to you guys out there in the private Telegram group on how you could be copy trading me here. Because if you are in the VIP Telegram group here, you can right now drop your UID. And by dropping your UID, I will be sending you an invite on how to join the private copy trading feature on WeX. So if you want to be joining me with my upcoming trades, if you want to be copy trading me, make sure to first of all join the VIP Telegram group here by doing so in the second link of today's video description. And guys, if you also are just in general interested in trading, the best way to do so is on WeX, because on WeX, with this deposit bonus and this fee rebate we're right now offering, it is making it one of the cheapest exchanges out there. And also it's a very reliable, and it's also a very reliable exchange, which by the way, in the most recent correction and the crash, still allowed you to be trading. So that is why you have to have a good exchange with good APIs, etc., etc. So if you're looking for a reliable exchange, they're also giving away $30,000 in deposit bonuses to everyone who signs up an account using that first link in today's video description. Then going a little bit deeper in towards the content, I quickly want to be mentioning the fact that I've seen many people talk about the fact that, okay, Bitcoin, the bottom is already in since the funding rates are going negative. But if I'm looking at the funding rates right here, guys, we can clearly see the funding rates went only negative for a very short period of time here. And yes, it could be marking potentially the bottom. But in my opinion, I am more looking at negative funding rates like we saw back in May 2025, a little bit more negative to give me a bigger confirmation that we are going to be, of course, seeing that push towards the upside. And especially, I would like to see negative funding rates on a bounce towards the upside. Well, in fact, right now, we're seeing the funding rates still be quite positive while we are even at the lows of this market. So, in my opinion, this is not necessarily a bottom signal. I think we are still going to be dumping ever so slightly lower, because if you're also looking at Bitcoin, usually if we create these structures of these triple bottom structures, we usually tend to be breaking it. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But personally, I do really think this is going to get broken here. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out. But anyways, Bitcoin is right now trading at critical support. And if we do break it, in my opinion, we are most likely going to be filling up this wick here, where of course all my orders are set up here, because I am willing to long Bitcoin, but not just yet here. Because if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now here, I'm just seeing lower highs after lower high after lower high with the same exact lows in the market, showing us that there's a lot of weakness in the market right now. And that is why I am expecting this is going to come down here towards these lows right here in the market. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But of course, I've set up my orders on the lower side. I shared my exact entries also in the VIP Telegram group here. But I am willing to long Bitcoin from of $1 and $2,000, which is also exactly corresponding with this major 50 weekly moving average. And historically, whenever Bitcoin retests the 50 weekly moving average, this is of course a level of major significance. Not only this bull market, but also the previous one here. And of course, whenever we broke below it, it marked the beginning of the bear market. And that is of course exactly the same how I will be approaching it this time around. If we're going to be breaking below this level, it is obviously going to confirm we are going to be going in somewhat of a bear market for Bitcoin. So that is, of course, going to be very important to be watching. And of course, whenever I see the funding rates go a little bit more negative, that is the point where I, of course, want to be flipping more bullish on the market. But as of for now, I'm going to remain very cautious. I mean, if you've been watching the channel, on this exact bottom right here, I predicted a bounce towards the upside. And of course, I expected that this bounce is going to retrace all the way down here. Has exactly played out here. So if you don't believe me, I make these videos every single day. Just go back to the previous videos, check them out here. But now my prediction, of course, remains to be the same. I think Bitcoin is going to see another correction towards the downside, about a 10% move down here. People are going to be panicking very aggressively. People are going to be thinking the bull market is over. And that is where I want to be, of course, accumulate. Where everyone is going to be afraid, that is where I want to be buying here. So we're almost going to be there here. Also for Ethereum, I think we're going to be seeing another, what is it? Like an 8% correction towards the downside, or even more. It's like a 14% correction towards the downside to fill up the wick here to about $3,300. Also on Ethereum, I've set up all my orders already here. No need to worry about that here. 3,300 to about $3,400. I'm going to be aggressively accumulate leverage positions. That is, of course, exactly on that 0.65 to 0.618 here on that Fibonacci level. So yeah, those are the levels I am personally interested on accumulating, and especially this level $3,370, which is a major level of previous resistance, in my opinion, is going to be flipping into support here. So those are the levels I'm waiting for. The strategy I currently have for trading is really asking you to be patient. So that is, of course, what I'm currently doing. Bitcoin, I think, is going to create another low here. If it's not, I will be definitely benefit from it from my spot backs. But for me to open up new leverage trades here, I'm going to be only doing it with very low risk here. So these are the orders I've set up. I'm just going to be waiting. I'm just going to be cautious. And guys, don't forget to join the VIP Telegram group to stay up to date. Sign up an account to WeX to, of course, get very cheap fees, because you will get a 25% fee rebate by signing up an account using that first link in today's video description. But anyways, this is it for me in today's update video. Subscribe to the channel, slap on that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.